Diary of Anne Frank is about a young Jewish girl and her family trying to survive the prejudiced Nazis. When they got a summon to go to a concentration camp, they went into hiding in her father's workplace's attic. They blocked the door with a bookshelf so that no one could find where they were hiding. During the day, they had to be extremely quiet so that no one would find out they were there. During the night, they did their normal activities. They couldn't bring a lot of stuff with them, so they had two trusted people, are Maip and Mr. Crowler, bring them news about the outside world every day, and every once in a while they would get food and books and stuff like that. Mr. Frank and Frank's father had to got help by Mr. Vanden. Mr. Frank felt like he owed Mr. Vanden for that, so he let Mr. Vanden and his whole family stay in the attic with them during the um when the Nazis were trying to find them. Throughout the story, a doctor named Dussel needed a place to go. Mr. Crowler couldn't find anywhere for him to go, so he brought Dussel to Mr. Frank. Mr. Frank let Dussel stay since it was only going to be 1 to 2 days, and Mr. Crowler said he would be looking for a place, should be found one in 1 to 2 days. In the end, Dussel ended up staying with them. Dussel was always without anyone else in his house, so he wasn't used to there always being people everywhere. So he always liked staying in the room, but the issue was he had to share a room, so he couldn't get to be on his own all the time. Near the end of the story, the Americans, Dutch, British, French, all of them started to attack the Nazis, but the families got taken to a concentration camp in the end. Anne Frank died in there. Mr. Frank was trying to find her, ended up going back to where they were hiding and found Anne Frank's diary and started to read it. By whenever the Americans and all of them finally finished taking everything over and released everyone from the concentration camp, it was too late for Anne Frank, and Mr. Frank couldn't find anyone else.